Hello everybody and welcome back to another Genshin Impact video. In today's video, I'm going to be ranking characters on how well they aged. Now, to put this in perspective, let's go with Aloy, right? So, Aloy, she was bad on release, and honestly, she's the same. She's bad. Like, no one uses her, no one cares about her, she's bad. So, when trash is trash, it's hard for them to go up or down, which we'll see later in this video. But a character like Fischl will be put in slightly better because of the introduction of Yoimiya and Overload being her best comp. Or Overload with C6 Fischl, to preface that. So yes, that's how this tier list is going to work. Obviously, I want to preface this also. The title is a joke. My opinion's not fact, okay? I feel like the title doesn't... It shouldn't come across as, you know, super, like, I don't know why, but I always get comments saying this isn't 100% accurate. Obviously it's not 100% accurate. I don't know why people think that the tier lists are 100% accurate. But yeah, obviously they're not, because my opinion is always changing on different characters. Before we do get into this video, you guys please subscribe. Currently we're at 230 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. We finally passed that 230 mark. 20 more and we're at 250, which is a quarter of the way to 1,000, which will get me ads. So I'm honestly, thank you guys so much for the support. Yeah, and let's get into this. So Kazuha, honestly, she is the same. No new Electro characters have come out to make her like better, right? If an Electro character comes out, then she goes into the slightly better tier because she can buff more characters. However, no new Electro characters come out, and when you have a direct replacement within Bennett who also heals, it's like this tier list is also going to be like oh, this character is better at doing this than that character. So Chongyun was a base game character, right? So the damage numbers were not like crazy insane. Diluc was the best damaging character in the game. I would say slightly worse, just because he's been out-meted. Being out-meted really does, like, take a toll, and honestly, you could put him in worse, but Chongyun was never really, like, a super, like, good character. He was really just always, like, a good character. It really is bad, but he did get Shinha, which I would say does kind of put him into slightly worse, is the reason why he's in slightly worse, because if he didn't get Shinha, I would probably put him in worse, just because... no support for him, nothing's happened, so yeah. Barbara, I'm gonna put in slightly better. Reason for this being, the wolves getting introduced into the game did actually make healers somewhat viable, meaning they did get slightly better at some point. And also, that is the only reason. I don't know why I said and also. Xingqiu better. Xingqiu, base game character, got Hu Tao, Yoimiya, and there was another one, right? There was another one, right? Klee, yeah, Klee. Yeah, Hu Tao, Klee, Yoimiya, all those pyro characters, and Yanfei, like, just pyro characters galore, and he's like the best teammate for all of them. Obviously, I don't think Klee and Yoimiya are his best teammates, but that still is a possibility, so, yeah. Kaeya. Now, this is interesting, because I feel like the more time goes on, the better people can see that Kaeya is, like, decent or good. He is the best 4-star of the bunch, being Lisa and Amber. So Kaeya is sort of like Xingqiu. However, I wouldn't put him on the same tier as Xingqiu just because he's not as good. He's not as prevalent. Kaeya, if you look at it, Hu Tao, you can do more melts with Kaeya. He had Diluc upon release, and Klee, Yanfei, those characters, they don't really use them. Especially Yoimiya doesn't use them, so I wouldn't say that he got better, like, he's better. I would say he got slightly better because of the introduction of Hu Tao. And then, I mean, I guess you could say Xinyan, but Xinyan, she doesn't really do pyro that much, so melts aren't really incredible. Noelle, better. She got a whole artifact set. Yeah. So, Noelle's definitely better. She's good. To be honest, literally no one uses her. No one uses her, so trash stays trash. I mean, it's literally like this. Trash stays trash. I feel like I mean, more characters did get released, and Kujusara does buff attack, so I am kind of, I need to put her in slightly better, because technically more characters did get released, so yeah, she is slightly better than she was upon release, because she can buff more characters. Just there's not enough electric characters. Yeah. Rosaria way better on release. Did Rosaria came out with Child, if I'm correct. And Child's banner was before Eula's banner. So Rosaria getting that massive buff for like a support Eula, or to support Eula, absolutely amazing. The cryo with a plus 15% crit rate is just great. So yeah, Rosaria got a massive buff there, and also she's able to be used in a whole bunch of other like team comps. Sucrose, Hu Tao got released, and she relies on EM so much that yeah, we're gonna put her in better. And then also a couple other characters. She also crowd controls, so you know she's better. Kazuha. What do you think? Kazuha buffs every single character in the game. So I think it's safe to say that, you know, if a character even gets released beyond his date, like the next banner buffed him. It was Ayaka's banner. Ayaka and Kazuha, he's a direct buff. He obviously got slightly better from that. And then just so many other characters after that get buffed by him. It is so much better. Or he is so much better than he was on release. Now, this is going to be controversial. Even though I still think Zhongli is the best character in the game, I'm going to go slightly worse. The thing is, Zhongli, he never used to take... Oh, well. Okay, so... listen to me. If we're counting Zhongli before he got buffed, and we're saying this is Zhongli before he got buffed, and then after the buff, I mean, it's just like, yeah. Yeah. If we're saying that Zhongli after buff or post buff is this, like, but we're gonna say, not. Okay, we're gonna put him in slightly better, because sort of had a counteraction. Because of the wolves being introduced, did definitely decrease his usability. Or it didn't really decrease it. It just made it more like you might not want to just use Zhongli anymore. You might want to have a healer in there. So yeah, Zhongli, but with his red shred, if we're counting his buff, then yeah, he definitely stays up here. And honestly, he could be on there because the wolves don't really do that much. I've actually never had to run a full healer or a healer on both teams because of the wolves. I've never had to do that. I just kill the wolves before they kill me. Raiden Shogun. Now, she's the same. Because, look, this is such a recent character. I mean, it's like, Raiden's the same. There's nothing, she's the same. Like, she doesn't do anything different. Nothing new has been found out on her. Like, it's not, alright, so let me get this out of the way. It's not like Jean, where it took us so long to find out that there was a Sunfire thing that you could do with her, that Jean gets put into better because basically we found out a whole new mechanic that we can use with her. And the same with Venti. We just come in here and he's like, yeah, that's better. Just because of that. Also, if you see the little bottom there, I just realized. Yeah, we got 2 Yilans and 2 Cookies. I don't know why, but you know, they were on the tier list and I can't really do anything about that. So yeah, Venti and Jean, absolutely, they're better. Kazuha also falls into the Sunfire comp, and yeah. Now, should I say slightly worse? Because, listen, we have a direct, like, thing. We have multiple direct characters that came right after this. 3 characters that came after Tartaglia, right? We have Yoimiya, she has a set cooldown. We have Hu Tao, she has a set cooldown. And Ayaka, all you have to do is sprint, which is kind of annoying. I'll get to that later. But those couple of characters all have the, like, an actual set cooldown. Look, I'm sorry, but it's just a design flaw built into him that no other character has had. So he's immediately just looking at his design from like a retrospect, it was pretty bad. We're gonna leave him the same then. I don't want to like go, oh yeah, Kazuha buffs literally everybody, making them all age better. Diona, I'm gonna say that she got slightly better because her healing did actually get a use for once, rather than just her shield. Her shield is kind of weak though, but it's whatever. She still does have like the second strongest shield in the game, by far, being like a good character. Yeah. Sorry, but the new Spiral Abyss, the new mages, like, it really has not been kind to Geo. The ICD for the shields on Ito actually has become a problem, and there's nothing you can do about it. Like, it doesn't, these, like, Abyss Lectors or whatever they're called, they're awful, and it's just, it has to be bad. It is bad. So Ito, when he released, he was the best he was. Maybe we'll see a change to where, you know, Geo actually has reactions, you know, instead of, you know, Pyro and Hydro getting basically all the good reactions. And I guess you could say Electro or whatever. I don't know. Electro's reactions aren't even that good either. Klee, I would say slightly better just because people have used her more. People have found like some hidden techniques where you can like jump cancel and stuff. So for Klee specifically, slightly better. Also, we've had more Hydro characters that can allow you to do more vaporizes. And we have Kazuha who can group her bombs, so definitely got better. Miko, slightly better because they did buff her. Considering how long away this buff was, I'm definitely gonna consider that an actual like buff rather than, you know, this character like where it was Zhongli and it was like I barely remember when Zhongli got buffed, but I think it was literally like a couple days after his banner got down. So it was slightly after the version release, but we knew Zhongli was getting a buff. They just came in with like 2.6 and they were like, yeah, Miko gets a buff. Ayaka, she got her brother basically, and that allows her to do a better freeze comp, and also got Kokomi later on, which we'll talk about Kokomi later on. And we have Beidou. Yeah, she got better. Beidou, just, you know, if Raiden and Beidou were actually usable, we would be putting Beidou up here. Beidou still being a strong character, just to put on any team for any character. Really, I mean, I saw this one team where they were using Fischl and Beidou on Ito's team, and like Fischl, Beidou, Bennett, and it was a weird team, bro. I would not use that team, but you know, Ito and, you know, Beidou, they work. Chi-Chi, we're gonna put her in slightly better because, you know, they buffed healing, so, you know, it actually has a use. Sayu, once again, we're gonna put her in slightly better because she can actually heal, so obviously she's slightly better. Shinha, there's no crowd characters that's been released. Yeah, no. Shinha can just stay in the same, like, she's there, she did the same job she's doing right now. Albedo, honestly, outmeted. Like, so soon, man. Albedo does nothing except generate a little bit of energy. It is really sad. His tick can go for a little bit of damage, but you're just better off using every other... Like, you're better off using, like, Beidou on a random team than using Albedo. It is very sad. It is very, very sad. Toma. Look, I'm just saying, Toma was never good. Trash stays trash. Okay. I'm sorry. Bennett, he's gotten way better because, you know, he's just has more characters to buff. You could also make that argument for like Zhongli and Diona. They have more characters to shield, but it's different with buff. More characters to buff, more characters to shield. It's different. Zhao. Actually, no. He got a whole dedicated artifact set. Yeah, he's better. Yeah, that's definitively better. Ning Wong, she's had some changes over there, like updates. A lot of changes. Yeah, so a lot of bug fixes. So from how her kit was intended to work to how her kit works, like she's had a lot of changes. So, and Ganyu got Shinha, so we're definitely gonna say better. Speaking of which, Ayaka got Shinha. That I don't really like going on with Ayaka and Shinha, because Ayaka doesn't really do like Ayaka does too many hits to count Shinha unless you're using Shinha C6, which I'm just not counting. We could put Eula in slightly better because Kujosara could be like a super conduct person, but I feel like she's the same. She hasn't really gotten buffs. I just look around here and it's like, yeah, these are the same. Yeah. Yoimiya, she's gotten a buff. Yeah, she's way better. Normal attack damage. Oh yeah, we could say Yunjin. Yeah, we could put Eula up here for Yunjin. So that's good. Oh yeah, we can also put Tartaglia. I completely forgot about Yunjin. Wow. She's giving the buff to those characters. So I would say that Yunjin, and I mean, she's had more characters to buff. So now we have Hu Tao. Now, Hu Tao, Hu Tao definitely got better because she got Shiwanawa set or emblem set. I've seen emblem set Hu Tao and it does look pretty good. It is very, very strong. Goro, he's about the same. No defense scaling characters have come out. He is the same. Ayato, he is the same. Literally got released like 2 days ago. Feels like that nothing has happened to make him better. Razor is slightly worse. He's out DPS'd, out meted. However, like he's fallen off. Diluc, no, we're gonna put Razor in worse. Razor did not age well. It just out DPS'd, out everything. So yeah, Razor's DPS is just not enough, and we're just gonna put Changyun in there too. It's just not enough, and we're gonna put Albedo in there. So just not enough. They don't do enough. Albedo does generate energy, but like these two characters, so their damage is not enough to support their placing of like they're slightly worse, but they're still good, you know. Like we have Ito, who's doing 70k per charge attack. Like we have him compared to these two. Okay, I made a mistake. Okay, I've made a mistake. Yeah, Albedo's better because he got the... I completely, like, just disregarded Goro. Like, when I was talking about Albedo, I was just completely disregarding that Goro, like, it came into existence. So Albedo's better because, you know, he got better. And then Kaching... I'm sorry. You're the worst. You were the worst DPS when you came out, and honestly, you have not aged well. Mona, she got Ganyu, which is just... Mona and Ganyu, yeah, great idea. Shangling, she's just... Yeah, she's gotten better, like, with Raiden's introduction, just being able to completely fill her energy. It's great. Now, Yanfei, I'm gonna put in same. No one's really came out to help with Yanfei. Yeah, it just sort of hasn't. I mean, like, you could say that Ayato helps with Yanfei, but, like, not enough to consider her, like, a huge... Not enough to consider her better at all. She's really just the same. So, Kokomi's slightly better, because when she got released, there was no wolves. That's it. Like, there was no wolves. Okay, last minute changes here. I'm gonna put Kaching in. Yeah, we're gonna... Because of their ability to be buffed by Kazuha, I've decided to count Kazuha, meaning Klee goes into slightly better also. And I don't think that's... I mean, I guess you could say Barbara. No, Barbara. If they're a DPS, I'll consider them better because of Kazuha. But if they're not a DPS, because Barbara's... Come on, man. Official could be considered better if you were using, like... If he absorbed Electro, but you don't really do that. No, that's not realistic, I would say. But yep, every other character here, Diluc is also better. Yeah, just from how they aged. Like, yeah, Diluc got out DPS, but like, he still did get better at the end of the day if we're counting Kazuha. And I did kind of mess up when at first I said I don't want to count Kazuha, and then I started counting Bennett and Yunjin, and I just messed up there. That's my fault. Okay, so final two characters here. We have Amber and Lisa. Lisa got better because, you know, Kazuha. And Amber, it is kind of a meme at this point. And also, I'm not counting Kujasara's buff. We already had Bennett's buff, which just, yeah, you can double buff, but we already had Bennett's buff, which actually just did more. If Kujasara did more, then I would say, yeah, that's all buffed, but, you know, no. That is not. Amber, I feel like you could say is slightly better. I feel like we're gonna put Amber in same, just because nothing really, like, good has happened. We're gonna say Xinyan's worse, just because Xinyan was supposed to be a shield user, failed at that, so then she was forced to be sort of a main DPS, which did not really work out, considering she doesn't do enough damage to be considered like a meta DPS at this point in the game. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Make sure to subscribe if you did enjoy, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.